Okay, Mario once again with MIM Microflight, and in this video I'm going to be showing the results of the blow molded seats. These are racing style seats that I acquired free of charge from a gentleman here, a local, um, and these were painted. If you've seen a couple videos back that I did on the go-kart that I'm rebuilding, the Yerf dog, you'll see a section of the video that has the same seats before they were cleaned up and uh, before I removed the paint, and I decided to refinish them. So these were painted with some kind of I think it was latex paint because the paint came out rather easy. This seat right here is the first one that I did, and what I ended up doing is I figure I just used the electric sander, with the with a piece of that mesh type sanding disc, and so it took out a lot of the paint rather quickly, but it also left a little bit of a rough surface, almost like a pitted surface on the seat. And on this one, I did not do that. Instead, what I did is I took the paint stripper that I use on the go-kart to strip the paint from the metal frame, and I removed the paint that way on this one here. A little bit of light sanding after that, and cleaning, and then pressure washing it. And then I coated these both with the primer that is used for PVC pipes, for water pipes. So I coated both of them with that primer. I don't know if the primer that I have made a difference in the way that I applied it. Um, I applied it just with a brush strokes, and that sort of allowed the material. I believe this is polyethylene or polypropylene. These are blow molded seats, and I know that because I am familiar with the injection molding, blow molding. I just don't know the specific type of plastic, but I believe that these things are done with polypropylene, polyethylene for durability. So it's either one of those two materials. And so the primer that is used for PVC pipes tends to eat up a lot of, not a lot, but a little bit of the surface on the plastic. And so if you want to paint over that, it allows the paint to adhere much better. It just really grips the paint. I painted both of these with Krylon paints, black. I believe what I used was a black hammered look. As I explained in my other videos, the hammered paint, it says hammered paint, on the label. It's not the same as the ones from Rust-Oleum. Rust-Oleum really puts a nice pitted surface, not pitted, but the hammer look. It's kind of pitted, It's got these little mounds, on the surface. The surface is not really flat, but it leaves a really nice hammer look on the surface of whatever you paint with the Rust-Oleum. On the other hand, Krylon does not do that. Instead, what it does is it leaves these little speckles. That if you focus in really close to the paint, you'll see these speckles. You can't see it here because I'm under just a regular lamp light here, indoor light. But this in the sun, really, you can see the speckles shine. And so that's the type of paint that I use after I prep these in the way that I explained a little bit earlier. This one was sanded with an electric sander. This was done with paint thinner, not paint thinner, paint remover, and then the primer, for PVC pipes applied, and I gave both of these a coat of paint. I left it to dry, and of course I've been painting in over 100-degree weather here in Arizona in sunny days. Days, when I did this were pretty dry. Here this time of the year is pretty dry. It just rained today, so that's the reason why I brought these in. But when I painted these, I painted them. I gave them a nice coat. This one just took the coat really nice. As you can see, the sheen on this is very natural and very even. This one over here still has some areas that are dull, even though I wet sanded this seat, with a 400 grit sandpaper after I had applied the paint and touched up a few areas here and there. So I came back and I applied the paint after doing that, and you can see that it's almost to this level of quality on the surface quality on the edges here, and that's because I have not complete to um, uh, uh, finish painting the rest of the seat. So I still need to do a little more sanding here just to bring it to that level of sheen and finish. In these areas here that are a little bit rough, you can feel this. They're still a little bit rough. So I have to sand this a little more with wet sanding paper. Um, and I believe that after I do that a couple more times and give it another maybe 2 coats, this seat will match this seat right here. So unfortunately, that's just the nature of when you get into these things and you haven't done this before, and you're sort of kind of testing the water, experimenting, and this is how I ended up in with these 2 seats in the differences in finish by different processes. Had I known that the paint stripper would have worked just fine on the seat before I used the electric sander, I would have done it with the paint stripper. I don't know if the paint stripper will work if you have a seat that's been painted, or if you are trying to do something similar. For those that are viewing this and are wondering, if you can do this with a painted seat. I believe that may depend on the type of paint that is applied to the or that was on the seat. If you're trying to refinish that to the natural, original black molded look, which is what I wanted with the seats. The paint that was here was sort of a beige, and because it was beginning to chip in some areas, it was not very attractive. So I decided, instead of you could. I guess I could have gone with the same paint, just sprayed the areas that was black, just to make it match, But I didn't want those seats in beige, so I really wanted to remove the paint and just like the go-kart, start from a clean slate, and you end up, you invest a little more money in materials, you invest a little more time, but you can see the end result is quite satisfying when these things are done right. So, as of this video, for those of you watching, now you know the right way to do it, because I'm kind of sharing this here. My mistake that I made here, and the right way to do that in this other seat. If you're not sure in doing something of this nature, when you want to refinish a seat or a vehicle or whatever it is that you want to refinish, it's best to try it on an area or something similar. If you have another object or something, another seat that's plastic, paint it and see if you can remove the paint the way I described here, and see if that works. And if it works, then most likely it'll work on the rest of the object that you're trying to refinish. But a little experimentation is sometimes required. But as you can see, as I explained, all I need to do here is just continue sanding this, give it another 2 coats of paint, and I think I will arrive at this, because the edges are already to that level. But the edges are a lot smoother than the center sections here that I have yet to put a little more effort into them. But this is the end result. For a pair of seats that I got pretty much free of charge. The gentleman that gave me these was nice enough to let these go. He told me he didn't need it, so I could have them. And you may find somebody that has seats like that's just gathering dust. There are a lot of people that have so many things that they want to get rid of, myself included. I have so many things that sometimes I just give away or just try to sell them. If they sit, if you're trying to sell something and it just sits there, and if it's only a few dollars, there's no point there's no point in pursuing that. It's best just to give it for free, and people will lift these things up. Once you put these up for free or for very little money. And so that's also how I buy these things. If I find something that's very, very inexpensive. I mean, the whole purpose of my project here with these cards, I bought the cards for a few $100s. There's no point in buying parts that are more than the car. In some instances, yes, like ball bearings, mechanical things that need to be much better. Yes, I will invest the money in those things. But in a seat, something that I can make myself, or something that I can revamp, or something that I can find. In fact, you'll see some of these seats here that I have here. I came across these seats from in another purchase that I was only looking for one for my other electric go-karts, and I just wanted a seat that I can install, something very simple, very lightweight. And so I stumbled on these seats, and the lady that sold me this, she ended up just selling me. There's two for. I already took apart two of them, two of the green ones that I'm using on my electric go-karts. And so I stumbled on that, and she just gave me the whole thing for the price of one seat. So I couldn't pass that offer, and that's why this is sitting here. I'm not. I mean, it's just sitting here, not doing anything. But my intent is to use these seats, take them apart, because I couldn't sell them. I couldn't sell these for what I thought I could sell them for. So I decided I'm just going to keep them and repurpose them, because they're great little seats. They're very, very, very sturdy. Same material as this, I believe, polypropylene, polyethylene. And they can be repurposed, for little go-karts. I was going to use seats like that in my other go-karts, but as you can see, this seat right here, and I actually bought these two of these hoverboard go-karts. This for little kids. An adult, you can ride it, but it's very uncomfortable for an adult because of the seat. The seat is very, very small, very, very short. And I was going to put this on my go-karts, but it's like I said, it was too short. These are much better, these seats here, because they hold. They give you a much larger area, front to back, side to side, back. And they're nice seats. So stuff like that. You sometimes you find deals. You find and as far as the stuff that I do, I just end up buying these things, and I just keep it, for other projects, and that seems to work out great. It's inexpensive, and you're recycling a lot of the stuff that otherwise would go to waste. So it's a good approach, to recycle things, and try to, sometimes, I ask people, I said, if you have anything that's this type of this shape, or if you're using you're not using these things, let me know. And people word of mouth sort of travels, and say, hey, there's a guy that's looking for that. And sometimes you find these things inexpensive, or sometimes in this case, I got these things for free. So, but this is the finish. Really nice seats. They almost look brand new. A seat like this, you can easily pay, I think, $100 for a seat like this. From what I've seen, these things advertised for. I think these are older seats. I haven't seen this with this particular headrest. Some of the newer ones, I think they're wider, and they have these funky flaps on the side. It's just to give you a little more, I guess, more comfort, on the shoulders. But these are just fine, the way they are. I plan on putting a cover on these. I believe Amazon sells covers for this particular shape, so I'm going to look into that. And I think they're padded. All you need is just a little padding, on the back and the front, and just keep it very, very lightweight, very, very simple. So these are going to go on my second Yerf dog, the one with the suspension. The one that I'm working on still, the first one, that does not have suspension. That one has a particular seat that is a cushion with flaps on the side, and it's got the Yerf dog logo. So I plan on redoing that one exactly the same, just to maintain the originality of the Yerf dog. So I really like the style, and I really like the logo. And I mean, it's a cool car, American made. I mean, very solid go-karts. So another video on these seats. If you like this kind of stuff, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that at least you appreciate some of these things. May not be much, but I like sharing these things as I'm working on these projects. Mario, once again, thanks for watching.